Hey, good day. This is Jonathan Ribble, and we are live today from the comfort of our home offices. Joy,
hmm
joy. And we are going to be talking about being you're either branded or stranded. Welcome to our challenge today. Welcome. And with my partner in crime here, Omar Valaro from Spain.
Hello.
So, we can honestly say we're internationally known. Anyway, guys, we are so glad you're here. Today, we're going to be talking about please play full out today. Add some comments, add any questions that you have. But we are going to be talking about exposure today. And I believe exposure is more important than your expertise. I'm going to just start off here for a few moments, Omar, and I'll have you in the background, and then I'll bring you back in. Okay.
Okay.
But anyway, we are living in an age, Tony Robbins talks about, when he got started, there is more things that we have capable of today than he had when he got started. The greats of yesteryear, the Bob Proctors, the Tony Robbins, the Brian Tracy's, the Zig Ziglars, all the personal development people did not have when they got started the things that we have today to get our message out and be more clear. I tell everybody that you have a telephone, you have a television station in your pocket. I remember when I was growing up, we had the bunny ears, and I don't know if you remember the bunny ears, but we had three channels on a good day when the wind was blowing right, and if I was on my left leg holding it with my right hand, we might get a solid picture. Today, I got an HD picture on my telephone screen. I can watch movies, I can watch TV, I can watch you. You can be coming to me from, this is I find it ironic. I was able to get some exposure, and then I meet a guy named Omar Valaro, which I think is the best funnel builder that there is on the planet today. I think he is. I think he is the world's best kept secret when it comes to funnels and when it comes to building things and all that. Had I not had the opportunity to come into a group of funnel builders that had Facebook not been around, or had these groups not been around, or had not COVID-19 hit, I would not have any need to expose myself. Sorry for the wrong word, but I would have had no need to get the exposure that I needed to find such a guy. I mean, that I can understand. That's even better. Um, that speaks English. And pretty good for not learning it too long ago. And I think, you know, exposure. So many people, I've talked to coaches and emerging entrepreneurs, and I've talked to business owners, and I've talked to college graduates that went through business administration. Anybody hear of that thing? It's called business administration here in the United States. And people get a degree in business administration from professors who have never administered a business. We'll get certificates. And I'm all for certificates. I'm all for qualifications and every I and T behind your name if you can get them. But there's got to be a point where you stop going through courses. And even this, we're doing a challenge today, and I challenge you to start taking action and getting your exposure up. Get your exposure up. Give you a case in point. You got the smartest guy in the room. He's over in the corner. Hey, he knows the cure to cancer, but he doesn't talk to anybody. Nobody knows him. Then you got the clown of life, i.e., me, standing up in front and shaking hands with Tony Robbins or Zig Ziglar or Brian Tracy or Les Brown or whoever your mentor of the day is. They're the host of the party. They're the host with the most. And I happen to know them. But I'm not as smart as the guy with the cure of the cancer, but I got the exposure. I got the exposure that I need. See, a lot of people ask me, why do you do so many videos, John? You're either going to love me or hate me, but you're not going to forget me. And that's the number one rule of marketing. Get yourself out there, make yourself you gotta you're either going to absolutely love me or you're going to hate me, but you're not going to forget me. So many of us are making our audiences feel indifferent because they don't know what we have to offer. We are so knowledgeable today. You have something to offer. There is no one on earth like you. No one with your talents and your abilities and your no one with your passion, no one with your story, no one with your strategy, no one with your product, no one with your offer, the way you can offer it. But the trouble is, why do some succeed and why do some fail? Why are some up here and why are some down here? If you take two guys and one is doing this and the other is doing this, why does one succeed and the other fail? Same product, same presentation, same clients, same prospects, same everything, but one is succeeding and one is failing. Here's the difference. They do things in a certain way, you're doing certain things. Now, if you do certain things in a certain way and with a passion and you choose to get out there, so you got to get your exposure up. Exposure is greater than expertise, guys. It's greater than expertise. Another story for this. I went through a challenge the other day, and it's going on right now. I love the guy. His name is James Mel. I had no idea who he was. No idea. I had no idea who Eben Pagan was. I can't keep up with the mentors and the coaches and the trainers of today. I can't keep up with them all. There's thousands of them. Okay? Then there's me. I can't keep up with everybody. But the ones that are doing the best are the ones that are taking the risk. They're the ones that are they got some skin in the game. If you're not willing to have skin in the game, you're in the wrong game. Just told that to somebody today. He was asking, should I get a coach? Well, if you're not willing to get a coach, you shouldn't be a coach. If you're not willing to invest and if you're not willing to step up and step in, then step out. Because it's going to take a lot of work and it's going to take effort. But your efforts, your expenses, your investment, everything should be going into getting yourself exposure, guys. Get yourself exposed to the audience of which you want. Now, here's some things that you can do right now to improve your exposure. Okay. First of all, foster trust on your personal profile. Foster some trust on your personal profile. What do I mean by that? Now, I've had to learn this the hard way because social media is not social. Let's just put it that way. I'm the kind of guy that can sit down with you with a cup of coffee and talk for hours. I just love to talk to people. And I don't like texting. I love video chatting. I love letting people see who I am. I love being authentic. I don't use a lot of green screens and all that crap behind me, and so I just am authentic. I'm a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So I'm the kind of guy that likes to, and I'm a direct salesperson. I'm a slam bam, thank you, ma'am kind of guy. I'm here to tell you what I got. This is what I do. This is the solution. Buy it. And I found out the hard way. That don't work on social media. It just don't work. You got to foster trust on your profile so people will say, this guy goes to the bathroom just like I do. This guy is human. This guy has kids. He has a dog. She likes this. So post a picture of your favorite meal on your personal profile. See, that's when personal profile, for those of you who don't know, I didn't know what it meant either. So don't feel bad. Facebook, you come into Facebook, you log on, you start making friends. That page, that wall, that timeline is your personal profile. Okay. And then you've got some segments on your personal profile. In fact, I'll just open up mine here real quick. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm just going to take you through a few things that it looks like. Okay. So this is my personal profile. I'm going to get rid of these messages. Let's see. What happened there? So I'm going to just get rid of that and get rid of that. Oh, and then so here is my personal one. Okay. I decided to add a different profile picture. There it is. Looks pretty nice. Uh, Success happens now. Information for transformation. Then you can discover your purpose here. Person who enjoys helping and encouraging others. Okay, you can discover your purpose. Um, this is my introduction over here on this side over here, guys. Um, so your introduction. I am an operating partner at Omar Villaro. That's our business page. Okay. Then I've got jonathanribble.com. And then I've got these links down here. So that's all I've got here on my personal profile. Now, when you see this, now, yes, I'm posting this video out to try to get exposure and let you know what I do. But if I don't see this video tracking very well on my personal profile, later on, I may delete it from my personal profile. Now, it is going to my different pages that I have, and it's going to some different groups that I'm a part of, and it's going out to YouTube right now. So we are hosting this to YouTube live. So that's and then you have a nice image here. But then this is where it got really interesting for me. You see, I have 1,645 friends. There's absolutely no way I can figure those friends out. So the next thing I would tell you to do, instead of posting everything here, see, if I do go to post something, see it says coaches here. So make sure you check out my stranded or stranded challenge. This is just an example, guys. I'm going to post this at or stranded.com. I'm going to post that. Now it says it showed up here, but it actually didn't. It showed up, it went to my coaches because that's where it went. So it's not going to appear on usually on my home page. So it will appear to coaches. And that's when I go over here to my friends list. If you go home, here you have, and give it a minute here, and then we go into friends list. And this is so crucial because if you're going to do, I've got a few of them set up here. So I've got Tony Robbins. Obviously, I'm in a group of 660,000 people. Any friends that I get that become my friends through Tony Robbins, I'm actually going to put in here. Any friends that I know that are a business owner or an emerging entrepreneur, doesn't matter what it is, I'm going to put in here. Any coaches that I know, I'm going to put in here. Any people that have responded to something on my Success Happens Now website, I'm going to put in here. And these are just acquaintances, close friends, pastors that I deal with. Pastors, I got pastors 1 and pastors 2 because I was a pastor for 7 years. So obviously the pastors are going to be in here. So anytime I go here to coaches though, now everything I see here is going to be in my feed of coaches. So I'm only, and see, James Mell is already there. And looky there, he's got 287 following after him. That's why probably people aren't with me right now. But these are all the coaches that we are writing a book. We have potential titles, how to build an audience that reaches, which title do you like better? So they're getting engagement. And this is what you do away from your personal profile so it doesn't look so salesy. The other thing I like is how to gain exposure. And these are all things you're doing for free. So you are contacting people. So let's just say, and by liking something, just when you like something, guys, if you like it, they're going to be notified you liked it. See, this is something that I'm learning. I have learned when you like something, the person that posted this, Chad, is a very good conversationalist. He's also a coach to coaches as well. I like Chad. He's a good guy. But Chad is posting comments that he may not even be writing these books, to be honest. He may, but he may not. He's trying to get engagements. So he's how to build an audience that reaches out to you asking for coaching, or how to build a deep connected audience so you can attract consistent clients. Which one do you like better? Now, what he's going to do is, guess what? He's asked a question in keeping with his niche, in keeping with his forte, and then he gets 124 comments. Pretty good, all right? He gets 124 comments, and then he's going to come in. You're on the right track, and it still needs work. Okay, so you're going to have the critics out there, but he's getting conversation. And see, when you get conversation, well, the thing that Facebook will do for you is they will start sending people, because you're more conversational, you're getting some engagement. That's what Facebook is all about, is your engagement process. So just keep that in mind. And then the other thing I like is, so that's to give you an example of what the friends list is all about. So you can post something directly in here, and it's going to go to everybody that's on your coaches list. Now, you're back to your friends list. Is if you come here and you go back to your friends list, you can add more people to your friends list. Okay. Now, another thing, the way I do this though, is I go into groups. These are the groups I'm a part of. So if I come here to the New World, New You Challenge official Tony Robbins page, these are going to be in the group. Now, I can post something to the group, but where are you? Where do you want to be? Why? So she's got some engagement so far. She just probably posted this. Now, I can go into these as well. The Team Tony Robbins created a poll. They're asking, how can we help you? Work and career, relationships, health, finances, team management. So there's 1,301 people that want help with work and career. So I'm going to just go to these guys. Oops. Sorry. Got to click on the last one. So go back to this poll, and it's going to come up here. If I click on this, now I can go through here. See, they want help in their work and career. Okay. So now I can come here. I can make sure Liz is in my Tony Robbins group, but she's also something like that. She's probably needing some help in her business. Okay. Or I could just say work and career help. See how I just found that out? So now these are all people that I can add friends to. Some of them are going to be my friends. As I go down through here, I'm going to see a lot that aren't my friends right now, but those first ones were my friends. So now the other way you can check this is you can go to the groups, and you can come over here to all the members, click on that. It's going to open up the members link. These are my friends. So I'm going to click on all. I've got 500 friends out of the Tony Robbins group. Now, I know some of them I've already added, and I do about 25 a day, and I just remember where I left off the last time around. So if you come down here, scroll down a little bit, and I think I'm getting close here. And I'm sorry, the streaming takes a little bit longer when we do this. It takes resources from your computer. So let's go to see if I highlight her name. If I go over Hoverlink, I click on this little button here. I can edit my friends list. She's in my Success Happens, but I need to put her in the Tony Robbins group. Why do I want a Tony Robbins group? It's because I can start messaging people to Tony Robbins. If they're into Tony Robbins, guess what else they're into? They're into finding their passion, finding their dream. They're into health, wealth, business, success, relationships. They're into all those things. So I can start posting different things, posting engaging questions to get people in the conversation. And then, so that's how you do groups. Now, I want to profess about groups. You come back here to the groups. All right, I'm going to scroll back up here. And I go over here to the discussion. Now, one surefire way for you to get banned from a group, and it's just improper. When you do a group, there is no poaching allowed, guys. There's no poaching allowed. You do not want to proselytize. You can build networks, and here's how I do it. You could actually post something of value here. You could share some things, a way to build your list, and a way to some things that I have found along the way that help me keep my momentum. Things like that. You could post a live video if they allow you to. You could get some engagement that way. But one thing you don't want to do is just go down and just do friend request after friend request after friend request after friend request. Number one, Facebook will put you in jail. Number two, somebody's going to report you at some point because they don't know you. But when people like you, you can actually, now that you've seen what they've posted, you can post things where they've posted again. You can follow them. And when they leave you a comment, you can comment back to them, and you can build a relationship. And then you can, case in point, one of my contacts I met during I think it was the Tony Robbins team. We got talking, and she has an appointment with me tomorrow. So that's how you build a relationship. Now, what happens with that appointment doesn't matter to me. I'm not there to sell anybody. I am there to make myself so damn attractive that they just decide that they want to help. They want my help. So what you need to do is build a relationship. And that's what I learned the hard way, guys. So when you go into a group, just give till it hurts. Make your presence known. Then if you add value, and if I want what you have, I will come to you, and it works. You can build your list this way. Then once they become a friend, ask them for a video chat. Plan to have, say 6 to 10 video chats a week. If they're not willing to have a video chat, then you can create another list that says video chats. These are people that I've had a video chat with. Get my point? Then you can start marketing to those people. Not marketing, but just posting things that are positive and uplifting. So I'm going to stop the screen share on that. But those are some things that I find that tend to work out the best. I mean, so be a person of value. That's it, guys. Be a person of value. But how you can get your exposure up is, hey, let me go back through it again. Foster trust on your Facebook profile. Number two, segment out your friends list. Segment out your friends list. And there's nothing wrong with having 5,000 friends, but all 5,000 friends don't want to be your client. They don't even want to watch you anymore. They said something nice to you to encourage you one day, but they'll forget about you tomorrow. And then the other thing is groups. I went through my groups. If you're going to join a group, here's what I would suggest. Like, we have a Branded or Stranded group that we just started not too long ago. We're not doing too bad. We're getting the people that we want to be in the group, okay? The people that want to be there. It's Branded or Stranded, i.e., don't really need branded if you're just an individual working for somebody. Don't really need to build your brand. Now you can have a brand of yourself, you can have a brand of your kids, but you don't really need to build a brand if you just, you're working for one already. But if you're trying to build your business, you need to build your brand. So obviously we're trying to reach out to emerging entrepreneurs, and coaches and business owners, and whether they be brick and mortar or online or whatnot. But we want to help you build your brand. So obviously the people, but we got 126 people now. People say only 126, but we're not trying to build 15,000 people that just don't have anything better to do. Okay, trying to build people. When you join a group, though, here's what I suggest. Because when I first got into this, I was found out about groups. I decided, well, I'll join this group, and 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 I'll join this group. And I had 144 groups before too long, and I wasn't adding any value to any one of them. And I wasn't making the relationships that counted because I was in so many freaking groups. That's not exposure, guys. That's just playing it stupid. I mean, you cannot keep up with 150 groups. Now, if you have 10 virtual assistants that are working those groups for you, that's different. But when you just start out on your own, I mean, when I first got into this, they told me, yeah, Facebook. Okay, I got Facebook. I mean, when I got into Facebook, I already had, give you an idea, I had 756 friends when I got into Facebook last year when I started, because 3 years ago, I hadn't touched Facebook in 3 years. I wasn't a huge Facebook user. I had no idea what it was about. I didn't have really any need to learn it. Most of my clients weren't coming from Facebook. So I was like, I don't need to learn it, because I got so frustrated with Facebook 3-4 years ago. I spent a summer twittering my life away. Facebook and Twitter, they just kind of, I had no idea what I was doing. And every day I was posting, building a network, just reaching out to people, reaching out to friends, reaching out to this. And so pretty soon I got 750 people, and I don't know any of them. I've never had a relationship with them. They don't know me from Adam. It's just something they call friend. But not a one of them I'd call at midnight asking for help, because none of them I knew. And I just was like, well, this is a lot of work. So I closed my laptop and I said, I ain't touching Facebook again until absolutely necessary. I just was like, whew. I got tired I called it Fussbook for so long. All the people that I had in my network were just fussing, complaining, bitching, moaning, pissing. And I never used it. So then last March, guess what? COVID-19. Got a bottle of it. Corona hit, and I got to be on Facebook. So now that I'm on Facebook, I got to start learning this thing. And Facebook is its own nation. My buddy Omar told me it's got like 2 billion users on it, and they spend about an average of 17 minutes a day on it. I'm like, what? 2 billion. That's bigger than any country on the face of this earth. And there's more cities in Facebook that I haven't even approached yet. They got pages, they got groups, they got communities, they got things that I don't even know exist in Facebook yet. I mean, it's a huge country, and I've never visited all the places. But when I go into a group, you got to be focused. What is your intention? Who's your ideal client? Now you go into a group and it lines up with some of your niche. Okay, you're not going to get anything out of that group if you can't give to that group. I think on an average, every group out there is only 10%, maybe 1 to 10% active. And when Omar comes back, I'll have him go into that a little bit deeper. But 1 to 10% is active in any group out there. And I figured out why. We're like church hoppers in these groups. We go from one group to another group to another group. Speaking of that, here's a little story. Guy on a deserted island all by himself was rescued. Finally did enough exposing himself. He got attention and he got rescued off this deserted island. Well, he said when they found him, he had 4 huts. He had 4 huts. Well, the first hut, they said, what's that? And he says, that's my house. He said, okay. So what's that hut? He says, that's my store. That's the general store. It's where I buy all my goods. Now it's just him on the island, but he had to keep himself somehow entertained. And then he said, well, what's that house? What's that hut? He says, that's my church. He says, well, that's what's that hut way over there? He said, that's where I used to go to church. It's just him. He got mad at the pastor. He was the pastor. So we go to these groups and we're like churches. If they don't bring it, I'm not staying. If they're not always on point, I'm not staying. And we go into groups with the wrong intent. Your reason to join a group should not be to get. It should be to give. Should be to build their group, to help them achieve what they want to achieve. Because the more you help that group, the more Facebook starts adding stars to your name. They start adding badges. You mean I'm a rising star in some of them. Makes me feel pretty good. I get a badge that's from Facebook and they call me a rising star. Some of them will call me an author. That makes me feel good because I write so many posts. I create so much. Do you know if you just take the content that you write in your post, if they're good and they're of value, you probably wrote your book and you didn't even know it. But if you just add value to people's lives, add value wherever you go, just add value. No matter who's watching you, no matter what the little eye of Sauron up in the left-hand corner says, no matter if anybody responds to your post today, I'll give you another testimonial, case in point. Every once in a while, and I got to get back to it, but I've been known as the fat fitness instructor for some time. Now I was doing Facebook Lives. Now I just do fitness on my own, but I was doing Facebook Lives just about every morning. And I was coming on, and I didn't know if anybody was watching. I didn't know if anybody was being affected or not. I didn't know if anything I was saying was transforming people. And I started to get frustrated, and I said, you know what? This ain't worth doing this every morning. I'll just do it for myself. Well, I can tell you this, that when I said that afternoon, my nephew, Nick, sent me a text, and he said, you're my hero. This is my nephew now. He found one of these videos I did on Facebook Live. And I said, this has got to be a butt text because I don't talk to the kid. I got 45 nephews and nieces. It's hard for me to keep straight with all of them. And I said, what's up, Nick? What do you mean I'm your hero? And he said, well, on your video today, you talked about going into your basement. And make a long story short, he knew he needed to change some things in his life. And I hit a nerve with him. And because of what I said, he knew he needed to stop doing what he was doing. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I helped transform the life of my nephew based on my commitment. Now, is that going to make me a best-selling author? No. Is that going to get me a $10,000 a month coach client? No. But is it going to put something in heaven for me if I get there, and if there is a God, and if he says to me, you know, what did you do with the gifts I gave you, and what did you do with your life? I can put that up into my account. So it may not happen here, but I transformed a life, and it was a life of my nephew. So you never know what value you're going to do today is going to add to somebody's life tomorrow. But so exposure, getting your exposure out there. And guess what? He considers me an expert now. Yeah, I coach my nephew now. I coach my nephew because now he's actually, it kind of opened up a way for me. Now, when your family buys from you, you know you're doing something good. When he wants to invest, you know you're doing something right. But based on that, if I wouldn't have done those videos, if I wouldn't have put myself out there, that would have never happened. I would have never met Omar. I would have never got to the point that I'm at. I would have never, you have to keep moving through it. You've got to keep moving through it. And so that's why I say, I talked to some gal, it was 6 months ago. and she says she was going through this coaching institute. That's all I'll say. Don't need to name the name, but she was going through a coaching institute, and she was getting certified. And I said, "When's your certification date?" She told me. I said, "What are you doing to build your list now? So when you are certified or when you launch, you have a list and you're offering things." "Oh no, I'm going to wait." I'm like, wouldn't it be a good thing to start now? Start these things now. These little steps that I just gave you, and I'm going to bring Omar back on and see if he has anything to add about these steps, but it's crucial that you increase your exposure. You increase your exposure. I mean, it is so vital, guys. More people spend more money on courses and tapes and CDs, and I love those things. I've got a library full of them things. I've got one, two, three, four, five books on my desk right now. I am all about reading and going through courses and learning things and all that. But there's a point, if the course is taking you off course, if it's keeping you from stepping into your destiny and stepping into your greatness, like Les Brown says, it's time to start building your network. It's time to start building your dream and building your destiny and building it and taking the action necessary. You're saying, "John, I don't have the money." I am going to caution you then. I'm going to caution you. If you cannot come up with $500 a month, get out of business. Go work for somebody else. Just if you don't have the sustainability, work a job. Here we are. We're back again. I don't know what that happened, but sorry, guys. Technical difficulties, but everybody hear me okay? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah.
There we are.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I had the mic off. Yeah. You're okay. You were freeze for a few seconds.
Yeah, I said technical difficulties. It's internet connections and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know where I was before that happened. I just went completely blank. But no, exposure is crucial, guys, and it's investing in yourself. If you don't have, there's nothing wrong. Like Edwin C. Barnes, we were talking about him yesterday in Think and Grow Rich. He went to work with Thomas Edison. Now, he didn't get what he wanted when he first went to Thomas Edison. He went and he got a job with Thomas Edison. And there's nothing wrong with having a job, having a career, being a consultant while you're building your things. I tell everybody, if you're not willing to do it for free, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're not willing to do it for free for the first year, don't do it. People say, "Oh, no, I can't do it for a year for free." I'm like, then don't do it. Then don't do it. Build your business little by little. I know some network marketers. They're MLMers. They are doing very well. But if you ask them in the beginning what they did, they didn't go out and make. Anybody that tells you they're going to get you $10,000 in your first 3 days, they're lying to you. I mean, just straight up. If you're going to think that you're going to go from nothing to a $10,000 client in 3 days, the only one that's going to make that $10,000 is the guy telling you he can make you a client. He can get you a client in 3 days. He's going to make 10 grand.
Yeah.
He's figured out a way to suck your money out of you guys. He
Yeah,
figured
great.
out a way to do it. So
The strategy in that case is you give them the $10,000 and then they teach you, hey, this is how you make $10,000 in 3 days. You bring someone, you connect with someone, and ask them for $10,000 to make that salary on 3 days. So that's how it's made. Yeah.
So if you have anything to add here, Omar, about exposure and expertise, I mean, how people spend so much time building up their knowledge base on their expertise level, but they don't spend enough time on their exposure. I mean, I think exposure is sometimes greater than expertise. Again, I mean,
much more actually. Well, first and foremost, I don't have anything against courses and against learning. Learning it gives you a different perspective of the world, right? As you said, reading one new book gives you more, change you, okay? But change you for good. Gives you more expertise just by reading. But just keep reading, and you don't take action, then you are not building anything at all. But that's how our society is built, right? They tell you to go to school. Same, I don't have anything against the school, okay? I think the system is obsolete, but you need education, obviously. And but how this is how it works. Okay? Go to school, go to college, learn a lot, and then maybe you will find a good job, right? That you can apply maybe the content that you have learned. In business is the same. If you keep learning, and you don't take any action, you are not going to build anything at all. So you actually need to put more action than you learn. Most people say that they are not experts, that they don't have what to say. That's a lie. I mean, for example, for your groups, the groups that you are fetching, right? All those coaching groups, just imagine that you are not an expert coach, you are a starting coach. Just type on your browser how to coach, how to do, etc. Learn from that and paste it on your own words on those groups. You are taking value from one side and put it onto another, and you are building this awareness. So internet is full of content. The knowledge is on internet. It's not on you. It's on internet. You just need to know how to find that knowledge and put it on where people need it, right? Where people is listening. So that's the first thing.
Well, when I go ahead.
No, continue, please.
No, I was just saying that this one gal told me she spent $10,000 to become a coach. And I think they have a great program. I've looked at their program. I'm not taking anything away from it. It's a great program. There's James Mell and Evan Pagan have a great program. But I think and Tony Robbins has Robin Medias Coaching. He has a very, very good coaching program for about 20 grand. But the trouble is then they go through the coaching program, and then they got to feel like they got to go with other programs and other programs and other programs. And you can get lost in the programs. And my goal is to get you unstuck. My goal is so you start, no matter who you are, where you are, that you start taking action to get out of where you're at. You just take action. Just take the action. And it's so crucial that we do this. It's to begin where you are with what you have, and do it immediately. In the book Think and Grow Rich, it tells us that before success comes in any person's life, you're gonna meet with some failure and some temporary defeat. You're gonna successfully figure out how things don't work. But if you're not able to stay the course, I've talked to some people and they want to be a coach, Here's the key. You want to be a coach? Then get a coach. But also, success leaves clues. I mean, the first coach probably never had a coach.
That's natural, yeah.
The
Probably.
first coach, he never had one. No, that doesn't mean that we don't have them. That doesn't mean that they're not needed. And, you know, I have tons of coaches. You will not believe the amount of money I have spent on books and tapes and CDs that I still have yet to watch, but I've watched and I act, and I watch and I act, and I watch and I act. I mean, I've talked to people that have read Think and Grow Rich 4 times, and they have never yet done chapter 3, the 6 steps in chapter 3. They can't remember what the 13 principles of success are. I have talked to people that have read The Science of Getting Rich and As a Man Thinketh, and they still have yet to put into action what those books talk about. I've talked to people that have read Stephen Covey's book on effective people, and the 7 habits of highly effective people. They've never done what he's told them to do in the book. I've talked to so many people that have read the book called Goals by Brian Tracy and have never set the goals that he said were set in the book. Or they've never cracked the book open. Or they've bought the shiny course, the DVD set, and they never took it out of the cellophane. It's still in the plastic. And sometimes it can be $2,000. They'll drop $2,000 because they think this course is going to make them a millionaire. The content within the course will make you a millionaire. You can teach Think and Grow Rich. If you would do nothing more than read a chapter of Think and Grow Rich every day, just read it every day, and then teach what you learned out of that. Do a Facebook Live every day on the things that you have learned out of Think and Grow Rich. Your life would never be the same. Never be the same if you did it every day. You just read this chapter. Okay, this is how it applied to my life. I'm going to teach this. I'm going to be an expert in Think and Grow Rich. And I don't care if it's one sentence. I don't care if it's a 5-minute long video. Then if you do that every day for 30 days, 5 minutes a day, that's 150 minutes. You've got a booklet. You've got an ebook. You've got a PDF. You've got a report. You've got there's ways to build your business and build your tools and build your lead magnets and all that. I was looking through my videos that I have on Facebook, and I can tell you I've got about 1,000 videos on Facebook. I couldn't believe the amount of videos I got. And so you know what I have? I have courses I can put together. I have product I can sell. I have product I can give away. And I can download them and rebrand them and do anything I want with those things. And so
that's my next comment is repurpose. Most people is like, oh, how I'm going to build, how I'm going to work on Facebook, how I want to make emails, how I want to post on the blog, how I'm going to on all these sites. If you listen to Gary Vee, okay, you know who is Gary Vee, right? He says that you should put out there 60 pieces of content every day on multiple platforms. 60 pieces. Obviously, he has an army of employees working for that on social media. So it's the whole day with the phone on the face. But you don't need to do that, obviously, but you can repurpose your content onto multiple platforms, onto multiple formats. If, for example, you write an email, that email could be a post. That post could be a video, etc., etc. So with just one piece of content, you can create multiple pieces, or trim the video that you just made to put it on 2 different places or with 2 different titles. If you want, you can create a lot of content, and inside you have a ton of knowledge already you can teach. And if you feel that you don't have it, internet is huge. all the knowledge in the world is on internet. Just research a little bit, research in books, research in other people, in coaches, and then teach that. I read not long ago a post. I think to be a coach, to be a coach, you just need to be one step ahead of your students, right? One step on the ladder ahead of your students. If you are ahead, then you can teach the people who is behind and don't know exactly what they are doing, right? Just keep learning, and keep teaching. Keep putting some action on what you are doing. You found out that, for example, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki a long time ago, and from that book, it's a book that you can read in a couple of days. I put so many videos talking about that book, so many posts, so many emails, just talking about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and how I get this mindset from the book. And I could continue. I mean, there are tons of books that you can review and talk about. Just learn, learn and teach, and learn and give value to anything that is listening. People, the first people want, you will feel that people is not listening, like you don't have an audience, that your content is not value, or that you're not reaching people. That's how everyone starts. But the thing is, for example, on my YouTube channel, I have videos that I posted 1 year ago. Right now, I'm not posting more videos on the same area on that channel, but I have videos from 1 year ago, and are still getting views. Okay, and I am still having clicks on the description of that content from 1 year ago. So, just guys, keep adding value. Okay, keep working, keep posting, keep having this exposure, and eventually someone will see that content. Okay, they will make a research, and if you have done your job right with some research, some SEO, some keywords, people will find your content, and they will like it, and they will follow you, and they will see more content, and then more people will find your content. It's like a snowball. When someone sees your content and like it, then their circle see that content, and maybe someone else like it, and then the circle is bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's how you build your brand, okay, with exposure and consistency and congruency along the time. Okay, so that's all my pitch.
Very good, very good. But I sure hope this has helped today with exposure and expertise. Expertise is important, but it's not that hard to get, guys. Yes, not that hard to get. They haven't burned all the books yet. Thank God. But it's not that hard to get. I mean, I was just watching a Jim Rohn video this morning on YouTube. I mean, what a powerful guy that guy is. I mean, he was around for a long time, and the stuff that he talks about and that he shares is valuable. I mean, and he does talk about exposure and getting your exposure. Don't be little, be big. Don't be little others, be big. Just and take every opportunity to help someone else and be an expert. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to give that. And you might say it's not happening right now, John. It's not happening. Omar and I were talking about this yesterday. He has children. Him and his wife decided to have kids. Omar, aren't you glad? Those kids took 9 months to show up. When you look back on it, if they showed up the very next morning,
That would be scary.
and so we say we want to be making $200,000 a month. Well, that's great, but are you ready to make $200,000 a month?
That's
When one is ready for a thing, it puts in its appearance.
yes. You need to think about, for example, the sport players, the high-level sport players like NBA, NFL. All these people usually comes from a poor background, right? And in just a matter of a few years, a really short time of period, they are super rich. What happened? After 10 years of playing, they are broke, completely broke once again.
Yep.
Just a few of them invest on their education, on their business, and on make investments. Just a few of them. The rest are all broke. So immediate success is like nothing.
It's
just worth it.
It's a flash in the pan. I've experienced it, and I can tell you, it's a flash in the pan. I grew very, very large at one point in my life and lost everything. So it's a flash in the pan, guys. It's you stay the course. A person can lose everything and gain it all back again. What you cannot gain back is your integrity, is your trust, is your love of family or friends. Things like that cannot be replaced. So, but you can lose all your money and gain it back again numerous times. You know, everything that's happening to, I'm going to use his name. Do not block me, Facebook, but I'm going to use his name, Donald Trump. Everybody thinks he's out, he's done, he's over with, and he's not going to be anything now. They've done it to him. You watch that guy. He is, he is 75, 76 years old, and you watch him. He acts like he's 26. He moves like he's 26. And you watch. It ain't going to be long, and he's going to be bigger than life itself. You know, he is just that way on the inside. He's trained his brain. He's trained his brain. He thrives on difficulties and challenges. You push that guy into a corner, and you've just met your match. I mean, you think he's done? No, he's just getting started. And so that's the way we all should have to be when it comes to you're getting prepared. You're getting prepared for greatness. Greatness is in you, but membership has its privileges. But with membership, there's dues to pay. You're not going to just get $20,000 a month. You're going to have to come up with some services. You're going to have to be disciplined. You're going to have to work. A lot of people say, well, I want time freedom. That's why I want my own business. I don't know what that is. I work all the time. It's like, I get it. I think Omar and I both work half days in this business. The other 12 hours are ours, you know.
Yeah, even more.
24-hour period, or sometimes more. When I see Omar and I see his little green light on the messenger, and it's, you know, he's 6 hours ahead of me, but it's midnight my time, and it's 6 hours over. He's at 6 in the morning. I shoot him a little text, and I said, "Good morning, Omar. Are you up late or up early?" And he says, "Both." He hasn't went to sleep yet. He's like, he's a machine. So, but know what you want, set goals, and determine to get them. Now, with that said, I'm going to say another little teaser. We're getting very excited. I am anyway. I don't know about Omar, but we have been working with some developers and some very extreme talent. We have looked at a lot of, I'm going to say it, website builders, funnel builders that have their good points. They have a lot of bad points. They have a high price point. There's very limited things you could do with them. They're just, in my opinion, most of them have sucked. And so out of that dissatisfaction, we got together with some developers and builders and talent, and we're getting ready to launch a funnel builder website creation software that you can not only create your website, but you can create your funnel. You can create multiple funnels. You can book appointments.
Yeah, even e-commerce. Because
E-com.
you're gonna add your products. It's super amazing, super fast, super simple.
And
Yes.
if you don't have to, some of these you have to click through. I wish we could show it to you. Maybe tomorrow we can. I don't know. I don't know if we'll be ready at that point, but it's coming in very, very soon, guys. And so if you're interested in learning more about that, please put your email in the comments. Let us know what you thought today. If you have any questions or you watch this later, put replay. If you get to this point, if you're interested in that at all and getting more information on that, please put your email, because I'm telling you, when you see this thing in action, you're going to be like, this is so easy. And it's designed by coaches for coaches. So now it works for any type of business. It'll work for any type of business, but pretty much it's designed by coaches for coaches, because we have limited amount of time. And so we want to create, we're working on rolling this out here in the next week or two, and it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. It's very affordable, and you can have your own website, you can have your own funnel, you can have your own booking appointments, you can e-commerce, you can sell products right within the thing, and you don't have to click over here, have this integration, that integration, this working, that working, not working. You have so much capability with this software. So we're excited about it. So if you're interested, put in the comments that you'd like some more information on that, and we'll get it to you. So with that being said, do you have anything else today, Omar?
No, just tomorrow. We're excited about tomorrow, as we will build. I think we're going to review your one of your sites, right? And review the funnel that you just built for your coaching business.
Yeah, that if we want, and show people what we built it with, and so yeah, that works. Or if someone wants to play and you're watching this and you'd like us to take a look at possibly just building you out a quick funnel or showing you how easy it is, I'd rather do that for somebody else. So if you're watching right now and you'd like us to build you a landing page very quickly, let us know and we will do that for you tomorrow. All right. You guys have a great day, and Omar, if you want to just hang out for a minute, and we're going to close.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Bye-bye.